Good morning. Today on Play to Win, can Georgia out-physical number 8 Arkansas between the hedges? And will Ole Miss leave Tuscaloosa with a win? And which NFL unbeaten team is fool's gold? We'll answer all those questions and more coming up next on the fastest 30 minutes in television, football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers, Chevrolet, Find New Roads, Bojangles, and Reliable Heating and Air. Welcome to football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, college and SEC football expert Chris Marler, Falcons All-Pro wide receiver Terrence Mathis, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's hometown team report is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win.
Happy Saturday, Atlanta. Today's hometown team report is brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Welcome back, my boys, Chuck Smith, Bob Whitfield, Terrence Mathis, getting us started on this awesome football Saturday. I would have never guessed 4 games in, Georgia Tech and Clemson, the same record. Chuck, does that shock you?
Well, yes, I'd say so, but no, and let me tell you why. Georgia Tech has been playing great defense. I mean, listen, Georgia Tech, they've only allowed 17 points in the last 3 games, 8 sacks versus North Carolina. They're really hungry. They're young. But listen, defensive line coach Marco Coleman and Andrew Thacker, the Tech DC, they got energy. They've been bringing it. And keep your eyes out for Jared Ivey, a North Gwinnett grad, as a young gunner on that defensive line.
And right around the corner, our Atlanta Falcons getting ready for Washington. And I know we got football to talk about, but more importantly, Arthur Smith's hair and what his wife thinks.
I mean, looks really bad. I guess at some point I got to shave, right? Hopefully you guys will let me know.
I'm sure your wife would tell you before.
Yeah, she's pretty honest with her critique. So she used to be a reporter. So she doesn't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Bob,
you hear that, Nikki?
beard?
I know, that's all fun and games. You know, when you're trying to win a game here and you're trying to win number 2 here, all those superstitions matter. So Terrence, no, Chuck, no, we kind of grew our hair out long that Super Bowl run just because you go with what's happening on the field and you keep little superstitions close to you just because it may weigh into winning. So I think he's going to have a nice long beard coming because they're going to win a lot of games.
Whatever the heck works. Terrence, I mean, besides a beard, what else do the Falcons need to do to build off of last week?
Well, they got to get more consistent. You know, they play in spurts. They got to have a rhythm. Here's the thing. What I seen was this. Finally, we seen some big plays in the game, which we call 20-plus yard plays from this offense. And they've had 2 in the fourth quarter on that last drive. That means that should be a sign to you as an offensive coordinator. Let's go get big plays so we can win football games.
Chuck, what does Georgia have to do to stay undefeated as they head up against Arkansas?
Number 1, they got to continue to play strong defense. They got to hit Arkansas quarterback KJ Jefferson a lot and often. See, the Dogs, they got 14 sacks in 4 games so far. They play sound defense, no big plays versus Arkansas. But here's what I expect. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, big time, making big time plays, create turnovers, and the Dogs, they should have a successful day.
Chuck, you ain't pumped up enough. It's Hogs versus Dogs, the number 1 defense versus the number 3 defense. Who's going to shut down who? Get pumped, Hogs versus Dogs.
I mean, I like it. We could put that on a T-shirt maybe. Up next, will Lane Kiffin be the first former Saban student to beat the teacher? Find out next when we return on Play to Win.
On or off the field, we all have rules to play by. But what happens after a serious car crash? When the insurance company won't play fair? At Montlick & Associates, we know injury law, and we know what it takes to win. After all, we've been winning in our field for over 35 years. If you've been injured, we're here to help. Simply dial #WIN from your cell phone for your free consultation. That's #946.
Every day, we roll out before sunrise. Our dedication is what makes us reliable. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial, plus no monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups, and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Goodbye. Random calls and offers. Hello, built-in spam blocker. Now I can soak up the sun in peace. Hello, Google Fi. A phone plan that can.
You just want to meet your new niece.
Here she is.
But if slow upload speeds were to freeze your face and you accidentally snub a newborn,
Nothing is ever good enough for you.
just remember, you're not a bad sister.
This is gonna be a problem.
You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 25 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get AT&T Fiber. Plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
Today's SEC and ACC report is being brought to you by your Southeastern Nissan dealer.
And we're back. Our SEC ACC report is brought to you by Greater Atlanta Nissan. Chris Marler back in the house with all of us now, and you're doing a really good job of keeping a poker face. Can you keep that face when I ask you about the current state of the ACC?
No, absolutely not. It is the current state of the ACC. What's worse than, like, it's the opposite of that Outkast song. What's cooler than being cool? I mean, what's worse than being the worst? You're worse than the Pac-12. In the Pac-12, the best team in the ACC is either Pitt or Wake Forest. And this is American football, not lacrosse. So I'm very confused. I hate it for Clemson. You hate it for their fans. Just a great fan base. And Dabo Swinney just seems like a great dude on and off the field. And you just hate to see that demise. You don't. It's been hilarious, and I've enjoyed every second of it.
Well, I think it's great to me. I mean, the competition is back. Remember, the ACC media picked Georgia Tech to finish 6th in the Coastal. North Carolina and Miami have both underachieved. Pitt fans, and they're excited. Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech are in the mix. I just think for the ACC, I think parity is good in college football. It's bringing everybody in the mix, and it's showing that, hey, Clemson's not the only team, in town that's going to win championships, because it looks like one of these other teams has a chance.
Well, all right, let's throw it now to our college football showdown.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by AT&T. More for your thing, that's our thing.
There's the smile I love to see, Chris. It's time to talk about Ole Miss at Bama. Is there any way in Sam Heck Lane Kiffin pulls out a win against Bama?
Don't start this, Nikki. I know who you're pulling for. And yes, I don't even understand how this entire conversation is turned into, do they have a chance? It's the number one offense in the country. You saw what happened last year. They put up 48 points. They put up over 600 yards of offense. It's the first time in 76 games anyone had put up over 600 yards of offense on a Nick Saban defense, and the first time since 2014. I said this last year. Bama was one stop, one turnover, or one defensive stop and Ole Miss away from losing that game, and they probably should have. And that team from 2020 is not coming back through that door, just like I said Tim Tebow was a few weeks ago. I think that Bama most likely gets beat on Saturday, because I don't see how they are able to keep up with Lane Kiffin for 60 minutes. And I also don't understand how you have Bryce Young. That offensive line's not that great. The defense has been very susceptible. Lane Kiffin is going to draw up an amazing game plan, and he will be able to scheme people open all day.
It's not just the Lane Kiffin show coming out of Mississippi. It's that Matt Corral kid, and that quarterback is a Heisman hopeful, and he's lighting it up. He is doing all the things that you want to see in a quarterback that is heading into a number one matchup that can upset the number one team. And one of the things I like about him is he's from California, where they make all the great athletes. So I look for Lane Kiffin to be aided with the success of Matt Corral and Chuck Spooin, but he knows QBs come from California, and so does great offensive linemen.
Saban is 23-0 against former assistants. Do you think that this is about to change?
Well, I think, listen, to me, what better coach out of the 23 assistants that have all lost to Saban than Lane Kiffin to break the trend and win. I'm all for it. I'd love to see it because it's got to happen sometime.
Chuck, you're all about the contrarian stuff right now at this point in the season. Guys, when we come back, we got a fist fight between the hedges. Who's going to win? We'll talk about it next on Football's Play to Win.
This is it. Oh, this is it. Down South Style Barbecue.
This is it. Barbecue and Seafood brings back its best value. 2 for $32. 1 for Saturday and 1 for Sunday. 2 dinners, 2 desserts, 2 drinks, all for just $32.
Now order online at thisisitbbq.com.
Opening soon, Union City. It's still the rib tips.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they did, they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
It's bow time. Real deal chicken sandwiches don't take shortcuts. Cause bold, hand-breaded chicken, huge pickles, and buttered buns just taste better. Try the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich for $3.99, only at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Over half of all men suffer from ED or PE. Either condition can ruin your sex life, but both are very treatable. Name brand pills don't work for everyone and can have serious side effects. In just one visit, the physicians at Priority Men's Medical Center can help you eliminate your ED or PE and get your sex life back, regardless of age or medical history. You'll see results on your first visit, guaranteed, or pay nothing. Call now.
Today's University of Georgia Report is being brought to you by Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow ya.
Welcome back. Today's Dog Report is brought to you by Beaver Toyota. Chris, start us off here for a second. Arkansas headed to Georgia. They're both really, really physical teams, but do you think Arkansas can fight with UGA for 60 minutes?
Like in the parking lot or on the field? Because on the field,
Yeah.
no. I don't doubt it with their fans. It's a rowdy fan base, the SEC, sure. Noon kickoff. I don't understand how ESPN, for whatever reason, chose this to be the noon game. But listen, I think what Arkansas has done has been incredible this season. I don't want to doubt Sam Pittman because he's just been great, especially as an underdog. You talk about a guy who's 11-3 against the spread. He's been an underdog, I think, in like 9 of those games. So it's been really impressive to see what he's done. First time since 1986, they've had 4 straight wins to start the season by double digits. I think that changes when you go up against a Georgia defense that's giving up 185 yards a game, especially if your starting quarterback might be injured. But more than anything, it's so hard to get back up emotionally after a Texas game and then Texas A&M 2 out of 3 weeks and then go to Georgia. I don't see it happening.
I think that emotion is running high still, and it's running rampant because of those facts that you played big-time opponents. You know, Arkansas played some big-time squads. You won. You prevailed against Texas. Now you're looking at a Georgia squad that you got to come in. And, yeah, it's all about defense. It's all about defense, but you got a number 3 defense of your own. So it's going to be a grudge match battle. And you talk about fighting. You talk about wrestling. You talk about hog tying. It's whatever you need to do. I expect a very physical matchup in the trenches for both squads.
That's what you expect. Guys, what do you expect to see from JT Daniels in the UGA offense against a very disciplined Razorback defense? Chris?
Just a bunch of swag coming off the bus, for one. I've never seen a college player just – I mean, it's like a U-cut. It's not even a V-cut. It's just way on down there, that sternum. I want to see if he can get back to basics and get into the ball out to receivers, running backs out of the backfield. Brock Bowers, this freshman tight end, has been incredible, especially a guy who might have been third string at the start of the year. I want to see if he can start spreading the ball around a little bit more to those receivers, though.
Chris, I agree 100% with you. I want to see big plays through the air. Get the ball downfield vertical, use the weapons. I want to see the Heisman Trophy, at one point the favorite in JT Daniels. I want to see him get the ball downfield. But also, if that doesn't work, I'd like to see Georgia manage the game and run the ball. But I want to see vertical, explosive plays from this dog's offense and JT Daniels.
Chuck, real quick, who do you think wins?
I think Georgia wins. I think the defense is too strong. I think across the board, the dogs are battle tested. And I think this is going to be the true coming out party of the dogs. Not Clemson, but but I think this is because I think Arkansas is better than Clemson, but I think this is going to be the first time that people say, wow, this Georgia team is really, really a team that we should truly consider for the national championship this year.
You love to hear Chuck today. Just a lot of optimism, guys. And speaking of optimism, our Atlanta Falcons, they finally turned a corner. We'll break it down for you guys next on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Montlick Injury Attorneys. Our attorneys know what it takes to win. AT&T and Beaver Toyota.
You want trucks? We got trucks. Linda Beaver here with an exciting announcement. Your pre-owned truck center is now open at Beaver Toyota. Seriously, whatever you want. Toyota, Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, we got them all, and they're all on sale. There's never been a better time for you to get the truck and the price of your dreams. Oh, and for a limited time, the vehicles may be purchased with zero down and no payments for 3 months. Your pre-owned truck center is now open. Visit us at beavertoyotacoming.com. We're here to wow you.
The next generation of hair transplant procedures is here. X-Acto Pro is a revolutionary procedure that takes hair transplants to a completely new level. Hair Restoration Specialist of Atlanta is the only hair transplant clinic that offers this new hair technology. The next 10 clients during the month of September will also receive $1,000 off this new procedure and $2,000 in additional savings. We are the top choice in hair restoration, so call us today to book your procedure and let's get you back to the hair you deserve and love.
At Reliable Heating and Air, every day we roll out before the sun rises. We carry a lot in our trucks and use cutting-edge technology and work late so you can sleep easier. We get uncomfortable to restore your comfort and keep you warm all winter long. Heating, cooling, hot water, plumbing, and electrical. Our results make us always reliable.
Get any size furnace for just $49.99 a month.
If you have psoriasis, it's time to see the possibilities with Taltz. Up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Today's Atlanta Falcons report is being brought to you by your Georgia Drive Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads.
Welcome back. Our Falcons report is brought to you by Georgia Drive Chevy. Welcome back, the legendary Terrence Mathis, to break down all things Atlanta Falcons for us right now. What's a Falcons player that you would say has really impressed you over the last few games?
Well, I know Bob is going to say the kicker, but I'm going to say Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson has been the big play guy for this Atlanta Falcons team. In the running game, in the passing game, special teams-wise, he's done everything. This guy might be the happiest player in the NFL today because everywhere else he's been, they was trying to figure out what to do with him. The Falcons found out a place for him in this offensive unit.
I think Falcons defensive end Dante Fowler, the last 2 games he's had sacks, and particularly a big one in the last game to help, the Falcons, have the big victory versus the Giants. The Falcons pass rush is being led right now by Dante Fowler. They mixed in some Grady Jarrett. He had a big game last week, but Dante Fowler has been really impressive for me so far in these these last 2 games.
And Terrence, Washington is headed to town now to take on the Falcons. What would you say your biggest concern is for the Falcons headed into this game?
Negative plays. We can't give up a whole bunch of sacks, and we can't get tackled behind the line of scrimmage because we know this offense can't make big chunk plays, and it makes third down situations very difficult for this football team. So we're going to have more positive plays, more plus plays so we can move the chains. And it's going to be tough because you have a Chase Young, you have Allen in the middle, and then you have Sweat on the other side. It's going to be a meeting in the backfield if you don't protect.
Hey, Terrence, you know how you can protect the quarterback. You can protect Matt Ryan with good doses of that running back you mentioned earlier and Mike Davis. And I think the Atlanta Falcons O-line can take some of that pressure off of their back by establishing a run early in the game and really relying on it to set up some more play action, but really being physical so that you can take some body blows against those great defensive ends Washington has.
And real quick, Bob, if you had to pick one thing that the Falcons need to do to get this win and go 2-2, what would it be?
I'm going to steal it from the Raiders. Just win, baby. Just win. Do everything right. Limit the penalties. Play strong on the offensive line. Don't worry about pressure. Don't worry about sacks. Matt Ryan is a stand-up quarterback. You can win with him. Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Guys, when we come back, we're going to talk about which undefeated NFL teams are for real and which ones are jerking your chain. We'll be right back on Football's Play to Win.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial, plus no monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups, and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Goodbye endless spam calls. Hello to a phone plan with built-in spam blocking. Farewell unsafe networks. Hello built-in VPN. Hello Google Fi, a phone plan that can.
Recognized as a top-rated law firm for professional excellence in legal expertise, communication skills, and highest ethical standards. We are Montlick Injury Attorneys, and we know what it takes to win.
There's never been a better time for you to get the truck and the price of your dreams. Oh, and for a limited time, the vehicles may be purchased with zero down and no payments for 3 months. Your pre-owned truck center is now open. Visit us at beavertoyotacumming.com. We're here to wow you.
Today's NFL report is being brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air, servicing Atlanta's heating and air conditioning needs for over 40 years.
And we're back. Our NFL report is brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. We're trying to figure out who the imposters are here in the NFL. Terrence, we got the Raiders, Panthers, Broncos, Rams, and Cardinals. They're all 3-0 right now. Which one of these do you honestly put your weight behind? You're a believer in them.
The LA Rams. Great defense, great offense. Matthew Stafford has ignited something into this football team that they needed. It's confidence. They know they can score. They know they can put up points. They know they can stop people on defense. They got a shutdown corner. You got a big grown man sitting in the middle on defense. And then you got your coach, the cheerleader McVay, on the sidelines. So it's the LA Rams.
Ooh, LA Rams, that's an easy pick. I'm going to have to say this. I called them trash early in the year, and they've been showing up. Sam Darnold hasn't failed Carolina yet. He was a quarterback with probably the most to prove that was coming out, and he's been delivering. But it's really been that defense that's been keeping them in games. So Carolina has really changed it out. They come from the trash heap, and now they're showing a little something.
You know, I really love this Raiders team, guy. Yep. Nikki, I really love this Raiders team. They've beaten 3 teams, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Miami, who had 10 wins in 2020. David Carr at quarterbacks playing like an all-pro. I can't say enough about Darren Waller. Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue are giving people fits. NFL offenses fits. They're young and they're cocky. But you know, it's really interesting that the Denver Broncos are undefeated. And their wins have come against 3 teams that are 0-9. But Teddy Bridgewater, there's something about this team that everybody wants to say they're a pretender, but something tells me the jury's out, but I'm not quite so ready to say they're pretenders, but they stand out right now as a team that might not be quite as good as their record.
Who's faking it, Terrence?
I would have to say, I hated to say this to you, Chuck, the Raiders. I just don't trust them. I just don't trust Chucky, man. I don't trust him to make the right decisions in December. That's just my gut feeling.
Oh, the Raiders. We'd never accidentally call them classy either, would we? Guys, when we come back, we'll have Jeffrey, the Edge Checker, 6. He was 6-0 last week. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back on Play to Win.
Life is reliably unreliable, and your home is no exception. Whether it's got the chills, or it's hemp, the drips, or the zaps. Whatever the ailment, you need a reliable solution fast. That's where Reliable Heating and Air comes in. We're talking same-day service, all backed by the 100% satisfaction reliable guarantee. Go to reliableair.com today to schedule your same-day service.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Georgia drives Chevy. Find new roads.
Honey, I think you're losing your hair.
No, I'm not.
No, seriously, you're losing hair.
What do you mean I'm losing my hair?
Well, whose hair is this?
Oh, that must be from the dog.
Honey, we don't have a dog.
In denial about losing your hair? Contact hair restoration specialists to put a stop to hair loss today.
This is it. Oh, this is it. Down South Style Barbecue.
This Is It Barbecue and Seafood brings back its best value. 2 for $32. 1 for Saturday and 1 for Sunday. 2 dinners, 2 desserts, 2 drinks, all for just $32.
Now order online at thisisitbbq.com.
Opening soon, Union City. It's still the Rib Tips.
Today's college and NFL predictions is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue.
Welcome back. Our college and NFL predictions are brought to you by This Is It Barbecue, and this is it. Jeffrey the Ed Schechter 6-0 last week with his picks. Jeffrey, bring us some more of that magic. What you got this week?
I'll try hard. Well, Georgia Tech has been improving. If they can put that Northern Illinois loss behind them, be a good season. I think they're going to beat Pitt at home with 3.5 points. Michigan and Wisconsin. Wisconsin is overrated. They're slow. They got a lousy quarterback. This is a big game for Michigan. They're a 1.5-point dog. I think they can go in there, beat Wisconsin, and get into the conversation of football, of one of the top teams. Cincinnati, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's afraid of no one. You got to give them credit. This is a great matchup. I like the Notre Dame, the home dog. Take the 2. In the pros, I like Minnesota. Like I said last week, they lost 2 tough games. They won last week, and I think they're going to beat Cleveland again this week. Take the 2 with Minnesota. I like Atlanta. I got Tech and I got Atlanta. I like Atlanta. I think they should beat Washington at home and maybe get some conversation going on the Falcons. Take the 1.5 with the Falcons. And Miami is 1-2. They lost their quarterback. I still think they're better than Indy, and I think it's an easy steal. Give the 1.5 with Miami. And good luck. Everybody have a good weekend. Let's go.
A lot of love for Atlanta, guys, and a lot of love for you all out there in Atlanta, too. Thank you so much for joining in another week of Football's Play to Win. We will see you all next Saturday, 9 a.m. on Fox 5.
Today's show has been brought to you by This Is It Barbecue, Atlanta Peach Movers, and your Atlanta Nissan dealers.